Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today we are making this 3D flower, and we will actually making it into a granny square. So all you need is your 3mm hook. This is what I used, and then my choice of color for my flower is red, and then I used the green, and my boundary color for the square would be black. You can choose whichever color that you want to use. So I'm using a DKN, which is a medium weight yarn, and I'm using a 3mm hook because I want my flower to be really firm. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a slip knot or a magic, you're going to make a magic circle, and this is how I make mine. I simply tie this into two and then go in with my hook and pull and secure it with a single crochet like that. So from here you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and this chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet, and into the magic circle you're going to yarn over, make a double crochet, and at this point you have 2 chains. You're going to go ahead and make 14 more chains to make a total of 16. So you're going to go in with your double crochets. In total you're supposed to have 16 double crochets. So go ahead, do that, and we will meet at the end of this round. I have all my 16 double crochets, and I'm going to pull my magic circle and then go ahead into the chain 3 and make a slip stitch. There you go. Pull this yarn a bit to release the hook so that I can make a knot of the tail that we started our magic circle with, so that it does not open up. All right, and you're going to go ahead and cut the tail. So this is what we have right now, and what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead, chain 1, 2, 3, skip 1 double crochet chain there, go into the next with a single crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, skip 1 into the next, a single crochet. So this is what you're going to do all throughout until you reach the same point. Again, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 into the next, a single crochet, 1, 2, 3, skip 1 into the next, a double crochet. So you're going to go ahead and do that until you reach the very same point where you began, and we shall meet there. I've come to the end, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into the very first chain that we made, into the chain 3, the first chain 3 we made. So you're going to go ahead and slip stitch. So this is what we have now. We have this loops that we've been created with this chain 3s. So this loops, now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 here, and then into the very first loop you're going to go in with a single crochet. Thereafter you're going to yarn over into the next open loop. You're going to put 6 double crochets, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6. After the 6 double crochet you're going to go into the next loop of the chain 3, and then you go in with a single crochet. Again, yarn over into the next loop. You're going to go in with 6 double crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the next, you're going to do a single crochet. Then you are left with 2 loops. Into the next, that means you are doing your cluster of double crochets. Yarn over into the next loop, you make 6 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is the next space, sorry, you're going to put another single crochet. So this is the last one. You're going to do your double crochet cluster into, yarn over, and make your 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you are done with your 4th cluster of 6 double crochets, you're going to go into the very first chain that you created here, the first single crochet here, and go in with a slip stitch. So this is what we currently have. We are having 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. So right now we are going to do is we are going to aim at making another round of these clusters, but these clusters are now going to be 8, not 6. So what you're going to do from here, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to slip stitch into the single crochet that you made here, sorry, that you previously made here. I know this could be a little bit complicated, but if you follow through, you will find that this flower is actually easy to make. From here, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3. Chaining 3, you would realize that there is this gap and this gap. So you go in and out into the next gap and make a slip stitch. Then chain 1, 2, 3. Again, in, out, make a slip stitch, then chain 1, 2, 3. So what we are actually doing here, we are creating these loops, the same loops that we created when we started. We are creating this loop so that we can make another round of these petals. So after you chain 3, you get behind of the petal with the hook in, and then there will be the other space here after this single crochet that you created here, and you slip stitch, then chain 1, 2, 3. So this is actually a front post slip stitch. You go slip stitch 1, 2, 3, in, out, slip stitch 1, 2, 3, in, out, slip stitch. So you're going to go ahead and create this until you come to the space, and then we'll meet when you get there. I have chained my last 3, my last chain 3, sorry. And then remember this this single crochet that we created here when we first made our chain 3. This is where you're going to do your slip stitch. So what we just did is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops. We have 8 loops, and these 8 loops, this is what you're going to do now. You're going to chain 1, and then go into the first loop with a single crochet, right? And then yarn over, go into the second loop with 8 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a cluster of 8 double crochets into this loop. So if you realize the petal is overlapping into the middle of these 2 petals. This is our aim, which means from here the next chain 3 loop that you get, you go in with a single crochet, and then you yarn over into the next, which is in the middle of these 2 petals. You're going to go ahead with your cluster of 8 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The next chain 3 loop, you're going to go in with a single crochet into the next, which is between these 2 petals. You yarn over, go ahead and do your 8 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Repeat the same thing into the next chain 3 cluster with a single crochet, yarn over into the next, which is in between the 2 petals, cluster of 8 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my 8th. And then what you're going to do now, you're going to go into the space of the chain 1, and then you slip stitch. So this is what we have created. I see, this is what we have created. Alright, so your work should be looking like this now. 4 petals and 4 petals. So right now you're going to chain 1 again, and into the leg, behind this leg of the where you just did your chain 1 and slip stitch, you go ahead and do another slip stitch after chaining 1. Alright, so after this we are recreating the loops again, 8 loops that we just did, to create another round of petals. So you're going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and right in between of this petal, the same way as you've been doing. So you're going into the petal and back into the chain 1 space that you always, in each and every round, you put a chain 1 in every chain 3 cluster. So that's what we are working into. Chain 3, 3, again into this very same space, you go back, make what? A slip knot. 1, 2, 3, back side in, and then back to the back. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to create these loops again the same way that you created them for this round. Okay, so you're going to make 8 of them, and go ahead and do that, and we shall meet on the 8th one. And make sure that they are 8, please don't skip anything, which means every time after you chain 3, the very same petal that you were in, you go in to the upper part and then go out into the chain 1 space here, and then you do your slip stitch. So that's how they are going to be 8. If you skip, they are going to be 4, or even less than that if you don't do it correctly. But make sure each and every space that you got out of, it will be the very same space to go back into, going up and then down to make a slip stitch. Chain 3, in, out, slip stitch. So when you get here, you chain another 3 to make your 8th chain 3 loop. Sorry about that. So after that, you're going to slip stitch into the chain 1 that you created when you started your row, just like that. Okay, So since you have slip stitched, now you have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 loops. So you have 8 loops that now you are going to work your last cluster of 8 double crochets in each cluster. All right, so this is what we are making now. As you can see, my petals here are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? There are 8. So this is what we are recreating. Okay, so you are going to chain 1, okay, and then into the next chain 3 loop you go in with a single crochet, then you chain 1, then go ahead and make your 8 double crochets. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So on this last round, after your 8 double crochets, you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the same space that you've been working your double crochets on. Then you make a slip stitch. After this, you go into the next loop with a single crochet, chain 1, make your 8 double crochets. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then you chain 1 into the very same loop, you make your slip stitch. Into the next loop, a single crochet, chain 1, yarn over, 8 double crochets. So you're going to do that until you reach this point, and that's where we shall meet. So I'm left with the one space, so I already have 7 petals, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So into the last chain 3 space where I'm supposed to do a cluster of 8 double crochets, I'm going to go in with a single crochet, chain 1, and do my 8 double crochets. Right, so feel free to pause this video at any point that you like, and please subscribe, share, download, comment, and that will be really helpful to me. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is the 8th double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, go into the same space and slip stitch. So this is how our flower is looking at the back. I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the very same single crochet space that I created when I started this round of petal. So from here we're going to create the space that you're going to put these clusters of double crochets while we are starting our granny square, the actual granny square. So what you're going to do is, after slip stitching, you're going to chain 5. 1 2 3 4 5. So you are repeating the same thing that you've been doing to create those petals, but the difference is that you are now chaining 5 instead of 3. Okay, so into the petal on the chain 3 space, into the next one you do a slip stitch. 1 2 3 4 5. Into the very same one, back you do 2 3 4 5. So we are, like I was saying, we are doing the same thing. The difference is just that you are chaining 5 instead of 3. So go ahead and do that, and we shall meet at the end of this round. So at the end you're supposed to be having 8 loops of chain 5, right? So I've come to the end. This is my last chain 5, and into the single crochet chain that I created when I began this row, I'm going to do a slip stitch. And by the way, the last round can be really a bit difficult. Why? Because our flower has already become so firm, so make sure that you do the correct thing. Then I chain 1 and cut my yarn and fasten off. So at this point you can see that our flower has closed in and it's really firm. So the next thing we're going to do is we're working into this loops. All right, this 8 loops. This is where we're going to begin our row of the granny square itself. All right, so what I like to do is I fasten off as many times as I can, just so I make sure that this is secure, and then I cut the excess. So it is very important that you clean up your work at every stage, because when you have many of this and you want to clean up, you're going to struggle. Okay, so next I'm grabbing this emerald green, and I'll just do a simple knot because I want to use it to attach. So at any point you want to attach, you can attach, it doesn't matter. And then you insert your hook into the basic knot you created and you attach. This way you have attached. Then after this you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, right, and do another double crochet and over, double crochet. So the chain 3 counts as 1, and then you did 2 double crochets, and then that's the first cluster, and then you chain 2 because you are already creating a corner as we start. Yarn over and go ahead and do 3 double crochets into the same space. Okay, 3. So this chain 2 created as a corner. Sorry, my ring light went off. Sorry about that, my ring light went off. So from here we're going to chain 1, then into the next loop we're going to do 3 double crochets, 2, 3. Mind you, we are working on those loops. All right, so we have created a corner already here. So the first round is a corner and 3 double crochets, chain 1, then we are creating another corner. So you start by making your 3 double crochets, then you're going to chain 2 to create a corner, yarn over, 3 double crochets into the same loop. Sorry about that noise. And then chain 1. As you can see, we already have 2 corners. This one might not be visible yet because we have not yet joined, but it's a corner, another corner. You chain 1 and over into the next 3 double crochets. After 3 double crochets, chain 1, yarn over into the next 5 chain loop. You're going to make a cluster of 3 double crochets. Because you are creating a corner, you're going to chain 2 into the same loop, make another set of 3 double crochets. We have created a corner. After this, you chain 1 into the next loop. You're going to do your 3 double crochets, chain 1, Into the next, we're going to do 3 double crochets, and we are making a corner. You go ahead and chain 2 into the same loop. Sorry about that. Into the same loop, 3 double crochets. So you are left with 1 space. You're going to chain 1. Go ahead, put your 3 double crochets. After this 3 double crochets, you chain 1, and from where you begin with a chain 3 at the top, you're going to make a slip stitch, right? And into the next double crochet, you're going to do a slip stitch 1, into the next another slip stitch 2, into the corner a slip stitch 3. In this way, your little square, your foundation square, is complete. From here, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, go into the corner with the 2 double crochets. The chain 3, remember, it counts as a chain. Yes, a double crochet, sorry. Then go ahead, chain 2 since we're in a corner. Go in with a cluster of 3 double crochets. Sorry about the noise, guys. You chain 1 into the chain 1 space, 3 double crochets. All right, chain 1 into the chain 1 space. You're going to make 3 double crochets. You chain 1. Now you're at the corner. Into the corner, you make 3 double crochets. Because we're in a corner, after the 3 double crochets, you're going to chain 2, yarn over into the same corner, another cluster of 3 double crochets. You see, so we are actually increasing. So our square just increased. Remember, here in between the corners there was 1 cluster of 3 double crochets, and into this round is 2 clusters of the double crochets in between the 2 corners. All right, so you're going to go ahead, chain 1, and repeat the same thing that you did here, and we're going to meet at the end. I've come to the end of my second round of green, so I'm going to chain 1, and into the top of the chain 3 that I began my round with, I'm going to place a slip stitch, and likewise into the next double crochet I'm going to do a slip stitch, into the next a slip stitch, into the corner do another slip stitch, chain 1, fasten off, and cut my yarn. So at this point, this is the second round of our square. Okay, that's the second round of our square. This is how our square looks like. So I don't know what's your next color, but my next color is this black. So I'm going to go ahead with a round of black, and for me I chose to do 3 rounds of black, 1, 2, 3, and that's the perfect size for the project that I'm doing currently. So it's up to you how many rounds you want to do, and basically you are doing the same thing. So you are going to create your basic knot, go into the corner wherever you wish to join. As long as it's a corner, it's okay. Me, I choose to do it here because it will be easy to tie this together when I'm done, so that all my knots will be at the same point. Then you attach. So chain 3 and go in with 3 double crochets. Remember, the chain 3 counts as 1. All right, because you're in a corner, you're going to chain 2, go back into the same space and make your 3 double crochets. All right, so we are basically repeating everything that we've been doing, but making increases. I chain 1 and into the next you do 3 double crochets. All right, chain 1 into the next, chain 1 space, you do 3 double crochets. Sorry, chain 1 into the next, 3 double crochets. Like I was saying before, in the first row or round, there was 1 cluster of 3 double crochets in between the corners. Into the next one there were 2. Into this one is 3 in between. Chain 1, go into the corner, make 3 double crochets. Because you're in a corner, you chain 2, yarn over, 3 double crochets, and your corners are well created. So you're going to go ahead and do this to whichever size that you prefer. Mine, I'm going to do 3 rows and come back. I've come to the end of my 3rd round with black, so I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the 3 chain that I created when I started this round. Slip stitch into the next, slip stitch into the next one again, slip stitch into the corner, chain 1 and cut my yarn, okay, and fasten off. So this is our square. It's complete. For me, this is the measurement I'm working with for my desired project. So you can do more rows if you like, if you desire. So non-stretched, my square measures about 6.5 inches, but it can definitely go to about 7. It can definitely go to about 7 when slightly stretched, or if it will be blocked. So I don't actually like blocking my items, but for the fact that the item can stretch on its own, that's good enough for me. So this is the end of the tutorial. So I'm actually making a cardigan out of this. So I already have joined panels. So this is what I did already. This panel is a panel of 9 squares, so I need 3 of these plus the front panels. So when I'm done, I'll definitely show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is joined already. I joined using single crochets. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and do the needful. Much appreciated. Remember, we are available on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and also on YouTube. And we are also on WhatsApp. I'm finally done, almost anyway. Almost done with my item. It is actually a cardigan. So I made 3 panels of these, which is 9 granny squares each panel. Alright, so I did 3 of this. This will be my back panel, and the 2 other panels will be my sleeves. And I already did the ribbing, front post, back post, double crochets to do the ribbing on the sleeves. So yeah, this is how it's going to look like. All right, yes, so I did. Oh, and by the way, yes, is it not beautiful? It's lovely. Yes, the headband, the one I did a tutorial on. So you see, it's wearable. I didn't just teach you something that is useless, you know. Anyway, that's by the way. So I also did these 2, which will be definitely my front panels. All right, so I'm going to use slip stitches for now, just to connect these things together. All right, just so at least you have an idea of what is what and which is which. Okay, so yeah, so that you have a good understanding of what I'm trying to say, because I like being practical. So with the help of the stitch markers, this is how a little cardigan looks like. This is the structure actually. So yeah, this is how it looks right now. And well, this would be our back panel. The ribbing is already done, right? And this would be our front. So what's left is for me to close up here and also close up on the other side, and do the ribbing here, like on the collar and also on the front panels, because I'll have to join first before I could do the ribbing here. All right, so these are our sleeves. All right, so yes, this is how our sleeves will be. Yay.